going to do a quick product training on Prosperity Life, which is also called USA Life. Just real quick, when you sell a policy, don't tell the client it's Prosperity Life. It's better to say USA Life, just because on their bank account, they're going to see USA Life. They're not going to see Prosperity Life. So that's, they're more likely not to charge that back if you tell them it's USA Life Insurance. It's actually called SUSA Life, is what they'll see. So real quick, guys, I love this product, and it's been amazing. The reason I like this product so much is for a few reasons. One, because a lot of times when someone's declined, especially for prescriptions with Americo Eagle Premier, you'll still get the level benefit with SUSA. Also, it's the fastest e-app of any of our products. So Americo is pretty awesome because they'll do at least the prescription check at the beginning. But the Prosperity, they do everything pretty much at the beginning. So there's something called the Pure system. So if you do the e-app, they'll do the Pure system at like the second or third page, pretty much the same page where America would do the prescription check. But at that point, they'll tell you exactly what they qualify for. Now, they have 3 different plans. They have the level plan, the graded plan, and the modified plan. Now, the level plan is self-explanatory. The graded plan is different from AIG, so don't get confused. The graded plan, how it works is if they die in the first year, they get 30% of the face amount. If they die in year 2, they get 70% of the face amount. Obviously, any time after year 2, they get the full face amount death benefit. And just so you know, if they died any time, even the first day they've had the policy of accidental death, they actually get the full face amount. Okay. Now, the modified is pretty cool. The modified is similar to AIG in the sense that it pays out 110% of the annual premium if they die the first year. But if they die the second year, they actually get 231% of the annual premium. So it's better than AIG in that regards. Okay, and then obviously just like the graded plan, if they die of an accident, it is day 1 coverage. Okay. Now, something that's really awesome about this product is that if you try to get level, if you quote them level and it comes back graded or modified, it's still the exact same premium. The only difference is how the client gets paid, the payout for the client. So it's the exact same premium. You're not having to go back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, they rated you. This is going to be a new quote now," or they dropped the coverage. So it's the same amount of coverage and the same premium. It's pretty amazing. The only difference is the payout. So I love that part because you're not having to backtrack. Okay. And then secondly, something I really like is no matter if it's level, graded, or modified, they pay you the same compensation, which is huge. American Amicable is higher than AIG, but American Amicable does not pay you the same compensation unless it's level. They pay you better than AIG, but they don't pay you the same as Prosperity would. So if you can write Prosperity Life, that's, in my opinion, better than Amicable. Okay, so my go-tos would typically be Americo Eagle Premier, and then after that I would go to Prosperity Life. It's the quickest answer of all the companies I think we have, and then after that I would go with American Amicable or AIG or any other company. But that's why I like Prosperity Life so much. So they do have the terminal rider as well. It's 50% of the death benefit, just like most carriers. The issue ages are 50 to 80, okay? So it doesn't go to 85, all right? So that is, one of the negative things about this product. So 50 to 80. The coverage amounts are $1,500 to $35,000. So someone, might want a little bit more than what America gives them. If they want 35, you can use Prosperity. So 1,500 to 35. So whether it's a small cremation policy all the way up to 35,000. Obviously, it builds cash value. It's super easy. The e-app. I will say this about the e-app, though. You can do the aptical, which takes a little bit longer, the phone interview, or you can do the e-app. The e-app is kind of weird. It's not the most user-friendly. You can figure it out on your own, but I suggest when you get your welcome email from Prosperity, they put the e-app instructions on there for a reason. It's called an aptical e-app, but it's not the phone interview. It's the aptical web portal. It is kind of weird, but you just read the instructions before you actually do an e-app, and you won't get confused, okay? Because it's not as user-friendly as something like America's e-app, okay? So on this, I just wanted to really quickly go over what they accept in regards to the different plans. So you can obviously call the carrier and get paper applications, and I would do that before you have to dive into the e-app. That's easier just to pull out a paper application, kind of scan it over, and then decide if you want to use Prosperity or not. There's Part A, Part B, and Part C. If they answer any question in Part A, yes, it's a knockout, and they're not eligible for any coverage. So this is not guaranteed issue, guys. Sometimes it will come back not eligible. At that point, you can try usually American Amicable return of premium, or you typically have to go to AIG, okay? So what are they not eligible for? So hospitalization within the last 30 days, confined to a wheelchair for a disease, organ transplant, psychiatric facility, nursing facility, requiring assistance with ADLs in the past 12 months if they've had home health care, or let's say they are on oxygen. So guys, this is a knockout if they're actually on oxygen, not a CPAP, not a nebulizer, but a prescription oxygen tank. If they're on dialysis, if they have HIV or AIDS, if they have cirrhosis of the liver, Alzheimer's, dementia, Lou Gehrig's, ALS. And then also, let's see here, if they have, it says one occurrence of the same or different type of cancer, or is the proposed insured currently receiving treatment, including taking medication for any type of cancer, excluding basal cell skin cancer. Okay, so again, this says, has the proposed insured ever been diagnosed by a member of the medical profession with more than one occurrence. It's more than one occurrence or of the same or different type of cancer. So any of those things, including, again, more than one occurrence of cancer or an oxygen tank, they are not eligible, okay? They do have a bill chart as well, okay? As far as the graded death benefit, they're not eligible if they have Parkinson's, lupus, sickle cell disease, cirrhosis, chronic hepatitis, liver disorder, kidney failure, chronic kidney disease, COPD, emphysema, black lung disease, tuberculosis, bipolar, schizophrenia, or been hospitalized in the past 2 years for any mental or nervous disorder. Okay, they are eligible for the graded death benefit, okay? So they can have that and still get graded, okay? COPD, any of that other stuff. Obviously, there's certain situations where Transamerica, for example, will give them level coverage. So you don't always jump to, for COPD, I wouldn't jump straight to Prosperity. Okay, and they would be eligible for modified if it says in the past 2 years, they've been advised to or been hospitalized about the use of alcohol or drugs. They've had complications of diabetes, such as diabetic coma or insulin shock, or had an amputation due to complications of any disease. Okay, it does say complications of diabetes, but it says such as diabetic coma or insulin shock or amputation. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily say neuropathy on here, which is interesting. So try to push it through level and see if they'll approve it level if they have neuropathy. If not, they'll tell you in the moment whether it's graded or modified, and it doesn't change the premium or the face amount. Okay. If they've had a heart attack, chest pain, congestive heart failure, cardiomyopathy, stroke, transient ischemic attack, or aneurysm, they may be eligible for the modified death benefit. So even with congestive heart failure, and again, this would be better than AIG because they get back 231% of the premium in year 2. Okay. In the past 3 years, has the proposed insured had internal cancer, including but not limited to malignant brain tumor, malignant melanoma, excluding basal or squamous cell, leukemia, or multiple myeloma. So that's the past 3 years. And then lastly, in the past 2 years, have they had more than one conviction of reckless driving or for driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol? Okay, so if any of those are yes, they may qualify for the modified death benefit. But again, guys, it will tell you super quick what in their pure system, which is their underwriting, what exactly they're qualified for. Now, at the end, sometimes it will ask you about certain medications. For example, it might say, do they take whatever medication for cancer? And you just answer yes or no. And sometimes that will also determine the result. But again, guys, whether it's level, graded, or modified, your compensation is exactly the same. And then the client doesn't get rated. So if they go level, modified, or graded, the face amount and the premium stays the same. The payout for the client is just different. Okay, guys? And I think that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, the main thing is to call Prosperity. There is actually a phone number for Prosperity that you can call. Now, they rarely ever answer. I don't know if they're really busy or there's like one girl working there. So you might have to email them, but they will call you back if you leave them a voicemail or if you email them. The phone number is 866-380-6413. Again, 866-380-6413. So guys, again, don't go straight to AIG. Prosperity will take some things that you might have gone to AIG for. Okay, and Prosperity in general just seems like a better product. The rates I know are pretty competitive if you just compare them. Okay, and I've written a lot of it, and especially when you explain if they only qualify for even the modified death benefit, to have 231% of the premiums returned to you in year 2 is better than AIG anyway. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, you can order all the materials from Prosperity, and they'll send you a whole lot of applications and brochures and all kinds of stuff, or you can call that number. Just get with your admin, and they will help you get contracted to get your agent number and also send you that welcome email to get set up. All right, I hope this helps.